In this class, let us talk about one special and very interesting case which will be treated as supply. They say importation of services for consideration is treated as supply. So what are they saying? Importation of services for consideration is treated as supply. Whether you do it for your business or for your personal purpose, it is treated as supply. Now so many questions open in your mind. First thing, what is importation of services? Importation of services is very simple to understand. Say the service provider is outside India and the service recipient is in India, right? So he is providing service to a Indian. So what an Indian is doing? He is importing the service. So I hope importation is clear to you. Now they're only saying importation of services. They're only talking about importation of services. Now you will say, why only importation of services? Why such partiality? GST is on both, that is on goods as well as service. Why only import of service is treated as supply and not import of goods is treated as supply? The logic is very simple. Whenever a person imports goods, he is covered under customs. He is covered under customs, and under Customs Act also he has to pay IGST. So that is not part of our discussion. I mean to say that if a person is importing goods, he is covered under some other act, that is Customs Act. But if a person is importing service, he is not covered under any other act. That is why he is covered here under GST. They say if a person is importing services for consideration, it will be treated as supply. Now again you will ask, who will pay GST? Will the person in the abroad who is providing services, or am I the one who is receiving service? That is not the discussion as of now. First our discussion is only restricted to whether it is supply or not. So I hope you understood that if a person is importing services for consideration, it is supply. Now what if I am not importing for a business purpose, I am importing for my personal purpose? Whatever your purpose may be, whether it is a business purpose or a personal purpose, you need to pay GST. Let us take an example to understand this. Say I am a very big company. And I want to change my logo. I want to change my company logo. Now I want to take services from a foreigner. I don't want Indians to do my logo. So I hired a German guy, the German designer, and he developed a logo for me. Now, am I importing services? Yes, I am importing services because service provider is in Germany and service recipient is in India. So this is importation of services. Say I pay him 1 lakh as consideration. So on this 1 lakh, it will be treated as supply and there is GST on that. So this is when I am importing service for a business purpose. Let us take one more scenario where I am importing a service for a personal purpose. Say I have a wedding in my family. And I hired a person from US. To design the wedding invitation. Now the person in US is providing service to me. That means I am importing services from US. Now, is it for a business purpose or for a personal purpose? It is for personal purpose. But the act says whether you import it for a business purpose or personal purpose, in both the cases it will be treated as supply, and in both the cases there is GST. Say I pay the invitation designer 10,000 rupees. So on this 10,000 rupees there is GST. Why there is GST? Because it is treated as supply. To sum up the entire point, if I am importing a service for consideration, so consideration is must. So if I am not paying consideration at all, there is no supply. So if I am importing services for consideration, whether it is for the business purpose or for a personal purpose, in both the cases it will be treated as supply and there will be GST on that.